Hello, everyone. Daniel here from the Next Issue podcast with our recurring guest. But today he's got his he came straight from the Apple Store uh, just to talk to us. Austin Estrada, how are you, Austin?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So I'm glad we're doing this because this is as much as this is a channel to geek out on stuff. I think one of the things I like to geek out on is Apple and their technology. And I know you have an affinity for Apple products,
Yep, for sure.
not to call it an addiction.
You know,
But I no, I mean, I think for the most part, a lot of the stuff I use is Apple. I know a lot of the stuff you use is Apple. So it's a brand that we get excited when they announce new things.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah. So part of what we're trying to do here on the channel for the Next Issue podcast is what are all the things we like geeking out about, and one of them is technology. So just like we geeked out, and for all those people that watched that Optimus Prime robot video, our most popular video on the channel by far.
Really?
Yeah, it's got like 1,700 views, while everything else stays under 100. So, but you know what? Good. I'm glad people liked it. So today, for those that don't know what we're talking about, even or what the title of the video refers to, Apple had their how often do you think they do these events?
I think they
Twice a
have
year.
two major ones, but then they have one during WWDC, which is
Hmm.
their developer conference, and they
Yeah,
usually
yeah,
announce like the new iOS, maybe some small products,
yeah.
but it's usually two major
They have
ones.
two big ones throughout the year. Normally, one has, I would say, the fall has the one with the updates on any phone related items. I think the phones are the main focus,
Yep.
and then I feel like this one. I mean, this one's going to be a pretty wide net of covering any Apple products
Yep.
and Apple innovation, really.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, so let's go ahead. We'll just go in order. I have some notes here, and then you can kind of go into depth a little bit more about stuff. And because I didn't watch the full event, but I believe you did.
Yes, yes. I've
Great,
seen it once in full regular speed, and then a second time sped up.
awesome. Well, the first thing they talked about, and this might be kind of a niche thing, but I want to talk about it because it definitely affects us directly here. Next issue, Apple Podcast is getting a new update.
Yep.
Both the platform itself, like the way it looks on your devices, as well as what its functionality will do. Um, you want to go into that a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. So next month, they're going to be rolling out an update. And basically, this update is going to, they said it'll help with sharing. But the big difference is it looks like channels they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically, it's easier to follow um, uh, somebody that you like that podcast. Maybe they have multiple podcasts.
Yeah,
It'll help you follow all the different ones that they do or they're a part of. And then, biggest thing for I guess us as podcasters is they're going to allow subscriptions. So
yep,
I know a lot of people use Patreon to kind of subsidize that in a way.
mm-hmm.
So now instead of using Patreon, you can do it directly through Apple
Yep,
and you can get rid of ads. You can add additional content and you can do early releases for subscribers. And so it's a way for podcasters to gain some money, but also a way for any viewers or listeners to be able to support the people they like. So easier.
yeah. Now, one of the things that intrigued me the most was that in their new platform, and I don't know how this will affect like what we have to do on the back end as podcasters. The each episode is actually going to have its own page. So whenever right now the layout is it's all mostly text based,
Yep.
but this looks like it's going to be more visually friendly, at least I would say.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like you're going to be able to do almost like not an album cover, but like a
Hmm.
big picture up top and make it definitely nicer
Yeah,
to the eyes than just scrolling through tons of text,
yeah.
like you
Now,
said.
for creators like myself and this channel, that we're doing some live events, and I'm already creating specific art for each episode. I think that's something that we're going to be able to integrate. Whereas each episode gets its own cover, kind of like a comic book
Yep.
of the week. which, like I said, this sounds super cool. So I'm definitely, I think Apple getting your podcast into Apple is one of the more complicated things when you get into podcasting, because it's not very straightforward. You have to go through the approval process for Apple and stuff. Um, so that took us. I remember when we were doing What the Real, that took us a second, Austin, to do some research on
Yeah, it did. I think it took us
exactly.
like a month before it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
actually
I was like, no,
live for
it's on there. It's
everybody.
on my phone, but that was just the URL feed. Simpler times with a simpler podcast.
Yep.
But yeah, that all sounds super exciting, and very cool for especially for creators. I think Apple really encourages people to kind of do their own brand, as far as like they want visual stuff on their devices, so they encourage people to come up with that kind of stuff. Because I know, I think this podcast platform is one of my favorites out
Yeah.
of everything that I've seen.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's the most user friendly.
Hmm.
And I think this, I mean, for them specifically, I think this is also going to open up the door for them to do a subscription service
Yeah,
like they do with all the other stuff. So we'll get some premium content from them with probably some big names, and then
yeah,
maybe we'll see if they'll extend it to some of the smaller ones like um ours. So
yeah,
or next issue. So yeah,
yeah. I think
be
that'd
interesting.
be super cool. And while we're talking about podcast, if you are listening to our podcast, those 5-star reviews help to get the podcast on the algorithm. So if you haven't reviewed next issue and What the Real, if you still subscribe, we'll be back soon, sometime this year, because we're definitely getting that Top Gun movie.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah. All right, now let's move on. Now for the iPhone, there's not a lot of updates, but there is one really cool thing. Um, we have a new color for the iPhone 12. It's gonna come out in this really cool purple color. You want to tell us about that? Let me see if I can find an image we can share.
Yeah, I mean, when they did it, they did the Candyman song, which was kind
Mhm.
of cool. It's just a really nice purple that they use. It looks like they only showed it, I think, on the 12 and 12 mini, but I think it's going to be across all models. It's nice. It's a little different. Most years we usually get the red version in the spring,
Mhm.
but since they released that earlier, it's nice to see a new color purple in the mix.
Yeah, and normally I like, well, I've gotten the red phone before, like the product red
Yeah.
iPhone.
Yep.
In the past, I think this time around it was gonna take too long for that to come out,
Yep.
so I went and got the blue. Whoop, hold on, let's see if I can get the.
The new purple.
Yeah, it's on there. I mean, these all these colors look awesome.
Yeah.
Like I think, look at it. Like I would love to. I'm gonna throw my phone away now and get this one. Oh, there it is.
Yep. There it is.
Yeah, it looks super cool. I mean, I'm not a big fan of purple, but Apple finds the right tones for this type of stuff to make it look desirable, which is really what people want.
Yeah, and it's a good spring color too. It
Hmm.
fits with the
Yeah,
Easter time period and stuff. And my daughters loved it. So,
yeah.
oh, we can
Now,
get a new one. No, no.
yeah, right. Now, I don't know about the. I don't know if you've seen this. Their latest commercials where people are dropping their phones and they're like,
I don't
"Don't
think
worry about
so.
it. It's just an iPhone. Like, don't worry about it. Don't worry. It's just a phone."
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like, well, yeah, but it's $1,000 phone, so I'm gonna worry about it a little bit. I understand you have the ceramic glass and you have the protective case that, like I have a case on my phone. I know a lot of people don't, um, because of the aesthetic, but yeah, I do think of my phone as a little bit of an investment. I do keep on my. I don't trade them in every year. I tend to keep them like
What?
the last version I have. I actually now use it as a camera
Okay.
because the camera is so much better than anything I could afford. Like, uh, so now I'm just using that as a camera and like to keep as a separate device.
Yeah.
So if you saw one of the unboxings I did with the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I was actually the second one was actually shot on iPhone.
Nice.
So um, so that's, like I said, there's not a lot of updates for the phone. There's usually something that they do in the fall, but
Yep.
still pretty exciting to see that I don't know. I like phones in different colors. I feel like it shows off your personality, which it reminds me of that the old iTunes commercial with all the just the
The,
shapes and the
yeah.
colors. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. They're nice and yeah, I put a cover on mine, but I do the clear case just because I
yeah,
love the different colors. So,
same, same. I want you to be able to see. I know it's dirty right now, but I want you to see the blue phone that I had to wait a month to get.
yep.
Yeah, I'm not one of the people that goes to camping. I'm just I'm gonna order it and then it'll come when it comes. Now the next thing when you when you texted me about this, I was like, hold on a second. You mentioned something and it's the price is very cheap. What is this? So let's talk about the air tags.
Yeah, so I've been waiting for these for about a year and a half. So I think they were supposed to come out um, about a year and a half ago. I think they kind of started talking about it, and then it
Mhm.
was pretty sure that it was going to come out with the new phones at
Yeah,
least this last time. But I think because of COVID and the delays and everything,
right.
kind of put it back. But the air tags. So I've been super excited. I've been holding off. I've been wanting to get the Tile or one of these
Mhm.
other trackers, but I knew these were coming, so I just held off, held off. And then we finally get to see them. So if you don't know, it's basically their biggest competitor is Tile, and what it is it's just a tracker. It's going to be a small circle. They're going to have different accessories so that you can attach them to your keys, to your backpack, different things like that. And what's cool is that you're not going to have an additional app other than what most people have to use. They use their Find My app. So you just go in there. It's going to have a location services for items, and then you go. And what's cool about these is most tags or most location things, they just show, oh, my item is in the house somewhere, and that's not going to help you when you're
Mhm.
can't you know they're in the house, you just don't know that they're inside the couch somewhere.
Right.
And so this will actually, what we're showing here is they called it precision location. So it'll essentially point you the direction, show you how far, and then once you get to it, like right next to it, it'll buzz on your phone and it's got the haptic feedback. And then you'll be able to find it right there. So that's pretty cool.
I immediately want to play some kind of game where you're like maybe blindfolded and you just have to be guided by the haptics of the phone.
And this and the voice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool because it integrates with Siri. And then what's kind of cool with this is that uh, basically it's going to use in the background everybody's iOS devices to locate where this item is. So if you leave it at Starbucks, as long as there's some sort of iOS device, which one of the largest groups of devices is out there.
Yeah.
So it'll locate where it's at, and you'll be able to find it, ping it. I think also that you'll be able to, if somebody finds your device, it'll be able to let them know whose it is to be able to contact you if you'd like. You put it, I think, into like a lost mode. Um, uh, Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
then
mean,
you can play.
I'm
Oh, you can
looking.
play a sound. You can play a sound with it as well. Oh, and one big thing. So I think a lot of devices, I believe, like Tile, and then there's a couple other competitors. You can't replace the battery. So once it's dead, it's dead. You get a new one. Well, this
Oh,
you can actually replace the battery yourself. So um, that's a pretty big deal. So, and then they went on about a bunch of privacy. Obviously, if it's
yeah.
pinging through everybody's, that it changes unique identifiers every time, so you don't have to worry about your phone giving off and nothing shared with Apple and didn't encrypted, all that kind of good stuff. And then I believe you can actually turn that stuff off if you want to. So pretty
And
good.
and and I don't know what the price is on the other ones.
I think it's
But
roughly about the same. You can
about the
get you
same.
can get them on discounts, like on Amazon, I think for like
Okay.
sometimes like around $15, but it's roughly on par with
But the fact that those
other
are kind
ones.
of disposable at the moment,
Yeah.
it gives this one a little bit of an edge because with the let's say you buy two of those at $15, however long that lasts, but this one's kind of a lifetime thing.
Yep.
Or if you get the 4-pack, for like your whole family can have their keys attached to each one or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. I'm
Um,
gonna definitely get the 4 pack, my keys, my wife's keys, and then probably our backpacks that I usually carry some of my more expensive devices
yep,
on. And
and
then
you
what's also
can
cool, you can customize all of them.
yeah
So
customizable. The little
emojis,
straps are
words.
cool.
Yep.
I didn't want to click on the Hermes because I know I feel like that was gonna be expensive.
Yep, yep.
Uh, cool.
And that
Uh,
those are going to be pre-ordered this Friday, so that's what April 23rd. So
yeah, I believe
you can
most
order.
of everything you can pre-order either this week or next week,
Yep.
and it comes out at some point in May.
Yep.
From what I saw, I'll link to
S-
another video that has a really good recap uh, of that stuff, so you can so you could kind of take a look as at a good summary of dates and all that stuff. Also, the Apple website always
Yeah,
like
really good.
very good at all that stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's see. Next, one of the I can't believe I missed this on the presentation. The video I watched was only technology based and not really content based.
Okay.
But I did see earlier that there was a new trailer for Ted Lasso,
Yes. Yes.
which I love season one. I don't think I started watching it immediately. And I know by the time I did start watching it, I asked you if you watched it because not only I think most of the shows on Apple, I think we've at least checked them out,
Yep.
even if we didn't get through the whole thing. But you're a big football guy, so
Yes.
the fact
Football.
that the sitcom,
Yeah.
football is life.
And I love Jason too, so
Yeah.
it was everything that I could want, and
Mhm.
it's hilarious. It's great, family friendly. Well, not family friendly, but like I meant like a very family friend in the story type thing. So,
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
um,
even then, like I don't think it ever gets too graphic. I mean, I wouldn't say it's for kids, but I don't. But at least some of your older kids may be able to watch it. Like
yep,
any other
yep,
sitcom, really.
yeah, yeah,
If it's something you'd watch on like NBC or Fox, just that the quality is just so much better.
yeah, it's really good. So,
Yeah.
that's exciting. I'm get our release date of July 23rd. So,
Yeah.
uh, um,
I'm
it
looking
looks
forward
like
to that.
more of the same. So,
Also, if you weren't aware, and I wasn't aware until this weekend, there was a new episode of Mythic Quest that they dropped after the
yep,
quarantine episode.
yeah,
So I still have that on the queue. Mythic Quest, also another sitcom that's really funny. If you're a fan of Always Sunny, one of the guys from Always Sunny is on there. I think it's not Dennis or Charlie Day. Mac. I think his name is Mac in the show.
yeah,
He's part of it, but yeah, that's another really hilarious sitcom. And most of the programming on Apple TV has been like from good to like really good. Like
yeah, for sure.
I haven't checked out anything that I'm like, nah, that's trash.
Yeah, I know some people don't necessarily like some of the like sci-fi or something, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe, but if you like that type of genre, whatever it
Yeah,
is, like it's I mean, I enjoy everything. So
yeah,
like
same.
this is like really high quality, and and what's kind of interesting is when it first started, I wasn't sure if they were going to go into some of the mature content because
Oh
it's
yeah.
Apple. Apple is
Hmm.
against that, and they kind of had cut off a lot of stuff in their other shows that kind of
Yeah,
didn't do so well, like carpool karaoke and things like that. But they've allowed
I
quite a
think
bit.
yeah
So
they're giving a lot of freedom to
yeah,
the creative teams behind these shows. They're dealing with strong like the morning show is the one that deals with some really strong topics
yeah, yeah, for
that
sure.
I wouldn't normally expect from something that's being produced by Apple.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, so yeah, and do you have the all-in-one bundle for like music, TV, all that stuff,
Yep,
or
yep.
family
I have.
pack or whatever?
Yeah, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
so
The,
that's a really good deal because you get normally music is Apple Music is $15. The Apple TV is $5, so that's already $20. I believe the bundle is $30,
yep,
but you
and
also get the games, the arcade, right?
yep, Arcade,
You get an
news.
upgrade on the iCloud
Yep.
on your, I think, 2 terabytes of iCloud storage. You get news and fitness,
Yep.
which I haven't tried out the fitness. I think Carlos is using the fitness, and he says there's so much stuff, there's so much content that you can start at any level.
Yeah, it's really good content. And then also, if you have, well, since you're using it an iOS device or Apple
Hmm.
TV, and if you have an well, you have to have an Apple Watch to use it. It syncs up with the show, so you can see your progression and your
Oh,
rings
okay.
and everything like that. So, some people had some issues with the connection at the beginning when it first came out, but
Right.
I think they've kind of resolved that, and it's I only had a couple. I've had it cut out on me twice, but it's the actual classes are really good because
Yeah.
I have Peloton as well, so I've done both classes from the different ones, and they're right on
Oh,
par
okay. So
with Peloton.
you can use the Peloton. Oh, okay. They have classes for Pelotons. Okay, that's cool.
Well, Peloton has its own app, right? And so
Yeah.
they have classes besides just riding a bike, and then
Hmm.
Apple has theirs. So just comparing the two, they're in the same ballpark, and
Okay.
even though Apple just started brand new,
Right.
they're
Right.
just as good quality.
And Peloton's been doing like
Yeah,
fitness stuff forever. So
forever.
cool. All right. Well, from Ted Lasso and all this Apple TV stuff, well, let's go on to the new Apple TV 4K.
Yep. So
Um,
same two models,
yep.
3260, four for 179, 199. Pre-order April 30th and coming out second half of May. Uh, New remote, which I think a lot of people will be happy with.
I, I, I am one of those people. I think the this current remote
Yeah,
is definitely an improvement
yeah.
from the previous one, the gray
Yeah.
one, but I can't fast forward for shit.
It
With my right hand, I can only with my left hand is fine because my thumb is on the right, so on the side where it should be.
yeah.
Um, so I don't know what the angle needs to be, but hey Carlos, shout out. I just name checked him. That's why he came on the stream, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So first of all, I think I have an Apple TV on every one of my, because I only have one smart TV. We have an Apple TV on every one of our TVs at home, I think, except maybe the one outside. Uh, and it's great. Like it syncs up all your stuff immediately. But this new one has something that, and I kind of wish Carlos was here because he probably tells us more about this too. The high frame HDR.
Yep. Yep.
Um,
The only thing that I didn't know is if they're going all the way up to 120 or if they're just doing 60. They mentioned specifically 60, but that was
mhm.
only in reference to AirPlay from your phone when you
Yeah,
do recordings. So if it does up to 120, that's pretty good. Most TVs can't do that. They need an
right.
HDMI 2.1 port. If they do, then you can get that. I only have one TV that does that. So uh, that's pretty good, interesting, and pretty cool that they're kind of future proofing it if it is 120.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, trying to get. Oh, this as well. I really like this part. The true tone, the true color, syncing with your phone, the color balance.
yep,
Um, I mean, I think we all watched that one really dark episode of Game of Thrones, right?
yeah,
This can help you set up your room and your TV so that you can get the best quality in viewing. So this was a really cool feature.
yeah. I'm really excited about that. What's interesting is it at first I thought it was going to calibrate your TV. What it actually does, it looks like, is that you're going to hold up your phone to it. It's going to go through all the
Mhm.
different pictures, and then it's going to adjust the Apple TV signal
Yeah,
to adjust for how your TV is seeing it, so that you get the correct colors and
exactly.
the contrast that they showed between the original and then the new after the setup. It was pretty incredible. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
The new remote has a power button for your TV, which right now most TVs can. If your TV's, I don't remember what it's called, but if it's a TV that turns on when your Apple TV goes on,
The
You can
ARC or
also
the
turn it.
CEC.
Yeah, exactly. Then this is a not only is this a better design, I feel, than the current one. It also rotates so you can speed up forward like a reel. So yeah,
Yeah,
here you go.
scrolling your finger. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is going to be so much better. And then the Siri button is now on the side,
Yeah. And
which
one other thing that I really like is that now you have a mute button. So before, like, you'd have to
that's
scroll
right.
the volume all the way down, but that mute button
Yep, yep.
is going to be pretty nice. And the other thing is I like, so you can use the buttons. You can just push the buttons to go left, right, up, down, but
Hmm.
you can still have that middle is actually a trackpad, so you can actually scroll up or down, left or right,
Oh, okay.
like you normally would on the old remotes. So you're getting the functionality of like the old original remote, for people that don't want to use swiping, but you still retain um, the new remotes features. So that's pretty nice.
Cool. And also you can audio share. I mean, this is something they've done before. You can still audio share with your AirPods, which I like to do when I do the Falcon Winter Soldier stuff, so I can actually watch and listen to the episode without it bleeding into the recording.
Yep.
Um, as always, all phones now come with the iPhone. With if you lose your remote, you could just use your
Yeah.
phone for that. So yeah, it's great. I'm very excited. I will probably have to, yeah, I'll probably upgrade at least one of mine. So hopefully they have some good.
I'm wondering how if they're gonna do the new remote on its own, and I don't see why it wouldn't be able to pair with your current TVs. Because if it is, I'm gonna have
Mhm.
to buy some for my in-laws because they don't they struggle with
No,
the old remote quite a bit, and this
I
is
get
be pretty
that.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, if that is an option, I would definitely at least buy a remote until I because I have the ones we have are pretty new, so I wouldn't want to get rid of them
Nice.
immediately.
You can
But
probably sell them for a pretty good price though,
yeah,
so they don't lose, especially since like the insides of this Apple TV, it's gonna be slightly faster, but like the current 4Ks are really good.
oh, they're
So
great. Yeah, I
yeah.
mean everything looks great. I'm glad I upgraded my TV because now I can really get the full. Now I can get the full. Time to upgrade, Carlos.
Time to upgrade.
You need it for the projector.
I'm bought a I think I bought a new one probably like 3 weeks ago
Yeah, just
because
got one
I
for the
was
TV
I
as
was
well.
waiting and then it didn't
Yeah,
look like it was gonna come even though there's a bunch of rumors. So then I was like, all right, screw it, I'll buy
when
one.
when they didn't announce something in at the last event
Yep.
after Christmas, I was like, well, I mean, I've waited long enough. We should probably get the last one.
Yeah.
Um, Great. All right. Well, then the next thing, and man, this is not something I would normally even be interested in buying, but it looks so cool. The new iMac with the M1 chip.
Yep.
The thing, it's gonna be dumb, but the thing that really blew my mind is that the Ethernet connects through the power cord,
That was
and I was
actually
like,
really nice.
that's fucking because I mean, cable management is the worst. Like
Yeah.
right now, my desk, you guys can't see it, but it's a mess because I have my work computer, I have the other laptop that I use for the shows. Uh, so like having the iMac, which is just the stand and then the screen, uh, and then just the cable that runs to the power adapter, which also contains now the Ethernet port.
Yep. And
It's super cool.
and that the power cord that they use, they're using threaded now, so it looks nice too coming out the
Yeah,
back. So
and
and
it's probably more durable than just a random ass cable.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Those rubber ones that they have that
Yeah,
are usually pretty crap. So
that they eventually like they bend or they whatever. So and it comes in all these super cool colors.
this
Uh,
brings me back to old times. With
did you
the
have one of
box.
those?
No, I didn't have one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I
the
always
school
wanted
this
one.
the school
Oh,
did. The school did.
yes. Okay.
So yeah, they had those the blue. I think we had blue and then like a pink or something like that color.
Yeah, and I remember seeing. I think it was Zoolander that they got into one of them. But look how sleek they look, like the design. Um, I I've never been a big fan of the keyboards, but this time they have three separate keyboards.
Yeah, yeah. They have it's cool because they have it matches whatever color you get,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can do the trackpad, the mouse, the keyboard, all the same color as well.
Yep.
And then you have Touch ID in either
Yeah,
the compact or the larger one with the
with
uh,
the
the num
the
key.
number keyboard. Yep, and the it comes with four different USB-C ports. Two of these are light Thunderbolt, I think. Is it
Yeah, yep. It comes with two Thunderbolt.
which is
I think 4.0.
yeah, 4.5K Retina display. Which if you ever look at the Retina display on a device and then go back to looking at a regular screen, you're pretty disappointed.
Yeah,
This was also really cool. The front facing camera. A lot of us are working from home at the time,
yep.
so this is definitely something that having a nice camera that will have all these kind of features to make you look your best when you're just kind of trying to get by. Uh,
Yeah, they finally put a decent camera in their stuff
mhm.
because it's always been garbage.
Yeah, at least on the computer side,
Yeah, for
all
the computer side.
the mobile devices
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
have
That's
always
because
had.
yeah.
And these are the speakers are cool. I don't know how they fit all that shit into this thing.
I think it has a lot to do with the M1, so they're
Yeah.
able to reduce a ton of size on the fans is the biggest
Hmm.
thing because it's so power efficient. Then
Yeah.
you don't need, and it stays cooler longer. So it's you can open up. It's got six speakers
Okay.
to help with doing Dolby Atmos.
Nice.
Pretty wild.
Okay, and it looks like this is the latest OS, the Big
Yep,
Sur.
yep.
Cool. Yeah, I'm not like I said, I'm not very familiar with the. I've never had a Mac per se, like the computer, but I've always been interested in. We were just talking about me getting what was it, MacBook, right?
Yeah,
I think a few
yeah,
weeks ago.
yep.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to decide between this, or something we'll talk about in probably the next thing coming up.
Yep.
Uh, the new iPad Pro, also with the M1 chip.
Eee. So
Ah,
that's a big deal because it used to basically use the iPhone supercharged chip
mm-hmm.
essentially, and now you're getting the full M1 MacBook
Yep.
and Mac chip. So it's
Yeah, and the iPad's probably been my favorite device. It is the one that I do upgrade as much as I can. I think I've had the last few, and I still probably have them somewhere around. Uh, as soon as I saw this, I was like, "Well, I'm throwing this in the trash," which is
yeah,
my iPad that's back here, which is the the latest one.
yep,
Uh, but yeah, it. Let me share the screen here. I think if there's anything that comes out of me watching this presentation, it's probably that I'm getting this iPad.
yeah. This is definitely with the M1 chip getting put into it made me
Hmm.
want to finally upgrade. I
Yep,
haven't upgraded in a while, and you know
and
that's
we
a
all
pretty
make
big
fun of you
jump.
for it. Yeah,
And I have the smaller one, so it's time to
yeah.
get to 12.9.
Once again, the displays on these are amazing. This one has the XDR Liquid Retina.
Yep.
Um,
You get
I don't.
5G now, but
I normally
I
only get
never
the
do.
Wi-Fi models. Yeah, I usually get the Wi-Fi model. I'm never. I have my phone with me. I can always the hotspot.
Hotspot. Yeah, yeah, and I mean the amount of times that you're using this like
Hmm.
mobily and you need it data is going to be almost slim to none, for, at least for how we use them,
Yeah,
right? And then
same.
like if I'm going to need something, it's like a probably a video, I'm downloading it to it now,
Yes.
and especially with the now 2 terabytes memory size,
Hmm.
you'll never need anything else.
Yeah, I don't even need all that cloud storage I just bought.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
this one they moved to micro LED, so that's
mhm.
kind of a big deal. 10,000 micro LEDs, and then
Yeah,
2.5K light up zones, I guess. So that's pretty
Uh,
nice. Oh,
Another really big update that I really liked was the new upgraded ultra wide camera in the front,
yeah, with the
um,
center
with the
stage.
center stage.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on here? That was the coolest
Here's a
thing
little
ever.
bit of a demonstration. So in the center stage, the camera recognizes where it tracks you. It tries to keep you in the middle of the frame, but also as somebody else comes in, uh, see as you can see this guy, he's moving around. So the camera's following him. As soon as somebody else comes into the shot, it readjusts, zooms back out. I've been shooting some of the content on my iPad, which is great. But with something like this, like not only is the going to be the quality of the videos better, but I'm going to be able to actually set it up and do some more stuff, move around. Um, it looks
Yeah,
like they're. Let's see.
that
Does
was
this have?
that was really cool. When I saw that, I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my gosh, that is one of the biggest reasons." Because the girls use the iPad and they talk to my parents a lot. So
Yeah.
and they do FaceTime, and it's always up in the face, or only one of
Right.
them's being caught. And with this, it's a 120-degree angle, so
And
it's
kids move, right?
yeah,
They're just gonna move, and the iPads can get a little heavier, so they can't always they're going to always hold it. They're also adding in the back the camera, the additional camera, because this one I have only has the one. So we're gonna get the wide camera as well and the scanner, um, which it'll help with the low light conditions, and then for the when you're taking your pictures, the Thunderbolt port. Uh, yeah,
yeah.
this is probably the one I'm most excited about.
And for any like pro users or whatever, they like the Thunderbolt port. It's the 4.0 as well, so you
Mhm.
can. They said you can do an external display up to 6K. So
Yeah, yeah, with the
that's pretty
USB
cool.
4.0.
Yeah.
Then, well, as always, we have the Apple Pencil, which I didn't see them announce a new one, so hopefully that means I don't have to buy a new one.
Yeah,
Uh,
you for sure won't need to, but there is a rumor that there might be a new one
a
coming
better one.
out that's
Well,
glossy.
I'll have to say, so I like the matte finish on this one, but for this, well, here, let me see if there's anything else before we move on. I'll probably will get the keyboard if I do get a new iPad because I want to use it as well as a computer. If I don't get the iMac. Um, but this pencil, it was a big upgrade from the first one. Not only
Yeah.
does it charge magnetically, because you don't have to stick it into the port like before, uh, they actually added a side that's flat, like a real pencil, so it
Yep.
really feels more like a pencil. Um,
And also the tapping, you can tap to switch between
mhm.
the two different, like an eraser and whatever your normal one is.
Yeah, and I keep forgetting about that when I'm working on it, and then I start erasing. I'm like, what just happened? Also, if you are an artist and you like to draw on your iPad, I recommend the Procreate app. It was the best $7 I spent ever because the I think you only pay for it once,
Yep.
and it has so much. It has so much stuff on it. Um, and I think is there anything else? That was all I put on my list of stuff. Is there anything else you think we need to touch on?
No, I think that was pretty much everything. The only thing you mentioned this smart keyboard, but it's now in white. So
Oh, okay,
I don't know if anybody likes a white color. That's gonna be nice.
that'll clash with all my stuff.
So yeah, again, this one's gonna be 799 for the 11-inch,
Yep,
1099 for the 12.9, April 30th pre-order, and then second half of May delivery. So, and
yep,
those are
and
the
it goes
starting
up to
prices.
that is the starting price. If you want to get the 2 terabytes, it is $2,200 for the 12.9. So I don't think I'll go that high. Uh,
Honestly, I don't even know. I mean, unless you're truly using it as
yeah,
like
like a
an all
video.
device
Yeah,
and you're going to be traveling a lot without,
yeah.
and you're not going to use like 5G or anything like, maybe it makes sense
Mhm.
to do that, using the Apple files and all that. But
Yeah, I mostly use mine to either read comics, draw, talk to people, and now record videos. So I don't need the heavy storage because I do have the iCloud backup.
Yep.
So I would probably go with one of the lower end. At most, probably the 512.
Yeah, I think I do the 256, and I
Yeah.
keep a couple movies in there for the kids, like one or two for me, and everything. And I still have storage and plenty of
Now
space. So
I do see. Okay, yeah, I'll probably do this. I would do the space gray. I think that's the one I currently have.
that's the one I usually go with.
Yeah.
I think it's the nicest, one of the nicest finishes.
Yeah.
That one and the
Unless
blue one. But
unless
that
they
one,
had it in the blue, then I would
yeah,
do the blue.
exactly.
And because we've been at home for so long, I don't even put a cover on anymore.
Great.
Which I did used to do because I would take my iPad everywhere. Like this iPad's been with me to a bunch of places when we were able to go out, and I had it on me all like even if I was going to do something that was not iPad related, I would have my iPad on with me just
Yeah,
because it's so versatile. Like you really can treat it as pretty much whatever you need, a notebook, like anything, once you have internet access. I don't know. It's really probably my favorite Apple. Like if I could only have the one Apple device, I would have the iPad.
yeah. It's pretty good, and I mean,
Which,
like we even used it for recording. I used it for recording and stuff. I
mhm,
bought like some adapters and
yeah,
used the Snowball and everything
that's right. Yeah.
for recording. So
Which after looking at all these prices, it looks like I am definitely only going to get one thing, probably at release. Uh, so yeah. Well, so I think that's about it as far as all the Apple stuff goes. I didn't see a new Apple Watch, which is something I was kind of waiting on because I do want to get one,
yeah,
but I think I'll
maybe
probably
in the
wait till the
fall.
fall. Yeah. I mean, they just did they release one last year, or was it the year before?
Man, I don't even remember now. With COVID, everything blends together.
Yeah.
But I think the current one is 6. No, I don't think they did last year.
Okay.
So
Yeah. So yeah, the Apple Watch. I was always kind of against it, but I've had this Fitbit for too long now. I think it's time to upgrade. Um, so well, I think that's gonna do it. I want to thank everybody that showed up in the chat. If you're watching this later, let us know what your favorite Apple product was. What were the things you are going to pre-order? If we missed anything, if there's an Apple thing you're excited about. Um, so yeah, I think that's going to do it for tonight. So thanks everyone for watching. Y'all have a good day. Thank you, Austin.
yeah, thanks.
Take care, buddy.